everyone, welcome back. This is Wendy Historian, and today we are talking about some demo melodrama and making Zayn a birthday cake. First of all, yes, I know I do have my rule about not talking about solo stuff, but because this happened within the 1D era, I still think it's within the scope. So let's get started. Now, exploring Zayn's foray into the world of a solo artist is a topic fraught with no small amount of drama. And because of how it all went down, the question arises as to what exactly was his so-called first solo song. As we all know, Zayn left One Direction in March of 2015, and the official statement cited a desire to escape the world of celebrity. But within just a few days, the music producer Naughty Boy, who we all knew Zayn had been working with for a few months, started hinting that he and Zayn had been collaborating, not on demos for One Direction as was previously thought, but on solo career music. This information caused something of an uproar, and initially fans weren't sure what to believe. Zayn and Naughty Boy were publicly known to be working in the studio together starting in spring of 2014. Another song they'd worked on together, One Chance to Dance, had long been rumored to be a single on One Direction's upcoming album 4. But then in the end, it wasn't on the album at all. So the fan assumption was all the music they had worked on together had been for One Direction. But Naughty Boy's suggestion that Zayn had left not because of stress, but because he wanted to go solo, threw that concept into question. Particularly when only 6 days after Zayn left the band, Naughty Boy posted a SoundCloud link to a demo track called I Don't Mind, with the caption, "Let the music do the talking, guys. Thank us later." We all lost it for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the obvious. We were still really in denial about Zayn's motives for leaving the band having anything to do with solo ambitions. And the idea that Zayn might have been working on music with a plan to go solo for a year really caught us off guard. Secondly, from a fan perspective, this was the first time we had ever heard a Zayn-only song. The song itself was a vulnerable ballad with stripped-back instrumentals that really showcased the vocals, which were just absolutely haunting and ethereal. Plus, at that point, we thought he was quitting music forever. So imagine someone you never thought you'd get new music from again. Suddenly there's new music. It was emotional whiplash, and we were very sensitive. Even despite Naughty Boy's implication, there was still a general agreement among fans that this song was obviously for 4. And there was a general agreement that Naughty Boy releasing it was just a part of his campaign to wind us up. And a representative for Naughty Boy even said that the song was written as a contender for 4, confirming, quote, "They aren't furiously working on his solo material or anything. There aren't plans for anything, and this wasn't recorded in the last few days." But then a few days later, Louis Tomlinson really confusingly addressed this himself. When the Irish Daily Mirror reported that I Won't Mind was a rejected song from the 4 album, Louis kind of scoffed at the idea. So who knows? From what I remember, we were all generally really impressed with the song. Like, Zayn sounded amazing. But those positive feelings were very much overshadowed by the collective revulsion at Naughty Boy's antics. It was also a small group of people who refused to believe that it was Zayn on the track at all. But Zayn's publicist came out shortly thereafter to confirm that it was in fact Zayn singing on the track. But he had no further comment. That led a lot of people to think that Naughty Boy had released the track without Zayn's permission. And the demo being yanked down only hours after it went up went a long way to supporting that theory. And so the question arose, as it still does today, is it wrong of fans to listen to a song released without the artist's explicit permission? Fans also believe that this release without permission was one of the things that led to Zayn and Naughty Boy falling out a couple months later. I know I'm supposed to be non-biased here, but I want to make it clear Naughty Boy is very much the villain of this piece. A few months later, in January of 2016, Zayn was able to debut his actual first solo single, Pillow Talk, on his own terms. This was the lead single from his debut album, and fans at the time couldn't help but notice that he did not release this until after One Direction went on hiatus, which some interpreted as a respectful nod to his former band. Others thought it might have been an attempt to let the song get its own attention without getting attention from the drama. I can't. I apologize to chickens everywhere. I don't know what happened. Pillow Talk was widely praised by critics and skyrocketed to the top of the charts, debuting at #1 in the UK, the US, Canada, Greece, Portugal, and Slovakia.